I never heard what
We
caused
didn't hear
that.
that?
Huh.
It's supposed to have been a big
Fire
electric
underneath
fire
there, and they're-
underneath it that operates all the power.
Okay.
And
Something to do
that
with the
was-
grid.
Hmm.
that was down at
That's
Atlanta I'm
something,
talking
oh,
about.
oh, gotcha,
Down at
okay.
the airport.
Airport, yeah. It was shut down for quite a few hours.
Yeah.
And that's a busy place.
That would have been a scary
Biggest
place to
airport in
be
the world, they say.
Is it really?
Yeah. Busiest at any rate.
Well, I got lost in there, I believe it.
It ain't hard to do.
It sure isn't.
And Lord help you if you get there and the trains aren't running.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. I got lost, and someone said, "Well, it's right around where they're serving food." And so I found where they were, the big place where they were serving food.
Yeah, yeah.
And I couldn't find anything. I even asked someone that was working in there, and she was so busy she didn't have time, you know.
Yeah.
So pretty soon, he was a pilot or something, had a pilot's uniform. That's what I thought anyway. And he come up and he said, "Are you lost?" And I said, "Yes, I am." And he said, "Where are you going?" And I told him, and he said, "Follow me. That's where I'm going." And he just put his arm through my arm, and
Yep.
we just practically ran down the steps because I didn't realize they were an hour ahead of us until about 10 minutes
Okay.
before I should have been there. So I
Okay.
was frantic,
Okay.
lost and frantic.
Wow.
That's not good.
No, not. It's not.
So he helped me out.
So you guys are going down to some of your folks. Is that right?
My grandson and his wife are coming over here Monday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Good.
And tonight we're going over to Tiffany's.
yeah.
Okay.
Tonight we're going to Tiffany's. So,
Good.
yeah.
Good.
They've been all sick this week, so Jerry
Oh,
called this morning and said, "How y'all feeling? Because we are not so sure we want to come over if you're sick."
Ah!
We've dodged
That's
it
wisdom.
so far. We don't
That's
want to.
wisdom.
Yeah.
Did you guys go over to Branson with?
We was down there
With Bob's?
No, we were down there 2 weeks ago with Steve.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We went to the Russell Center dinner they had after church Sunday.
Yeah.
That
okay.
was so nice to get to see everybody
Yeah.
and visit with them
Yeah.
before everyone started getting sick.
Right. Right.
I guess the little 2-year-old is doing okay now. Or you hear anything
I haven't
about
heard anything about it, and so evidently
I think
He, she,
Carol said
I'm not
yesterday
sure.
that they were doing. She was doing okay. That she
Lindsay's
wasn't as bad.
one of Lindsay's.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She. The first message we got was that she'd gotten into some pills and had eaten a tube of toothpaste.
Oh.
And someone said, "How in the world would that happen? You're supposed to keep that stuff up." And I said, "Well, when you've got 10 people in your house with open suitcases, kids they'll find
Yeah,
it if they're
exactly.
they get
Exactly.
bored and everybody else is taking care of everything else." And
Look at what I found.
yeah, talk about an adventure trip
Oh, my
and something
goodness,
to
yes.
eat.
You can't
That's
keep
right.
your eyes on them all the time.
No,
You
that's
just
exactly
can't,
right.
especially when you
Kind of
think
way it
about.
was when my kids was small. We was living
Yeah.
right down here in this little, just south of the store there, a couple houses, and Mark, I don't know where Mark see, one of them lit a match and threw it in the trash there, and he just, Betty was in the other room, didn't know about it until she smelled smoke and
Oh, my
went in there, and
goodness.
it was really burning pretty good.
Oof.
But got it out before it done a whole lot of damage. But later on, we were out to the farm, and Mom was really upset. She said, "You gotta watch those kids closer, you know." And then about 6 months later, she was taking care of them one day, and all of a sudden, whew, flash, you know, and they had thrown a match over where it got a hold of the curtains and just
Oh, my
destroyed the
goodness.
curtains, you know, went
Oh.
That grandma was a little unhappy.
bad. Yeah.
From what I've heard about Echo, I think she was a little unhappy.
You know, I never saw Grandma unhappy very much.
Is that right?
I never did. Now, I don't know if it was just when she wasn't unhappy around me, or whether I just loved her so much and knew
Yeah.
that she loved me that I didn't recognize it when she was unhappy.
Yeah,
She took things pretty well in stride.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But she was probably getting that mixed up with Solomon, just not.
Yeah.
Not letting things bother her.
Yeah, she wasn't overly
Joyful.
happy or joyful on the
Yeah.
outside, uh, uh, but she had a real wry sense of humor,
Yeah.
you know, and she had a kind of a funny way of looking at things, and she'd say something, you know, and just with her expression, you could tell that she was just kind of poking at you. or
Yeah,
something like
yeah,
that, you know.
yeah. She sounds like a very strong person.
Oh,
From
my
what I've heard,
goodness,
she
yes.
was a real
Yeah.
strong person.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And her faith and her knowledge of the Bible,
Mhm.
just very, very good.
I remember her sitting in the back of the church. Yeah, I don't remember ever talking to her or anything. I just remember her sitting in the back of the church. And I remember their dad because of his prayers.
Yeah,
I mean, us kids, we listened when Grant prayed.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
yeah,
It
Yeah.
was awesome.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I was
It was
talking to
awesome.
Grandma one day, and I may have told you guys this, but we were talking. We got to talking about. Oh, I think we were talking about the differences between the beliefs of the typical Independent Baptist Church and the typical BMA Church, which are negligible. And so we got to talking about baptism, and so we were talking about that, and Grandma was telling me when she was baptized, and she was baptized as either a little girl or a teenager. I'm not sure how old she was when she got saved, but I know that it was not a Baptist church.
Mm.
And I knew that,
Mm.
and I said, Grandma, you didn't get rebaptized when you joined Grace Baptist? And she looked at me. She said, no. And I said, well, what did they say about that? And she said, well, I didn't tell them about that. And I said, Grandma. And she said, I got saved and I got baptized, and that's all that's all that matters about that.
And that's it. I think so, too. I think so, too.
So I said, well, I'll keep your secret.
That's right. We won't
Oh, you
tell
ain't told
anybody.
Well, yeah, but she's gone.
That's right. She's probably up there smiling about it.
That's
You
right.
promised me.
That's right. That's right.
I was baptized out there in Gun Park Lake.
Oh, yeah?
Was going over, yeah,
Really?
before the church had a baptistry.
Wow.
That was all.
Wow.
Yeah.
That back at the very beginning of the Grace Baptist
Yeah.
Tabernacle, huh?
Yeah.
When it was still a tabernacle.
Yeah, and still sawdust on the floor. Yeah.
Yeah. So how did the family get started at Grace Baptist?
I think it was through these, some big preacher like John R. Rice or something was holding meetings at the Memorial
Revival
Hall.
Oh yeah.
Really?
And the church here was, of course, just getting started,
Uh-huh.
and they were, they was taking part in it, I guess.
Okay.
And I suppose through talking to each other, they realized that they need to. We
Okay.
didn't really have a church. They'd went to Mount Orm a few times,
Uh-huh. Now, where's that?
south of Redfield,
Okay.
out in
Okay.
the country church there.
Uh-huh.
It was a good old church. It was a Baptist church, and what are you doing? Taking your rocker or leaving?
Pick up your bed and walk. I decided a chair would be okay too. I'll sit here and rock.
So you went to Mount Orem a few times, but then when
And
they
we
held
had,
that,
we had Sunday school when we wasn't before we was going anywhere else. The Sunday school, we had Sunday school in Wallen Hill Schoolhouse,
okay.
and Dad taught Sunday school.
Okay. Huh. Another reason he wanted to buy that old building whenever.
Well, that wasn't the building.
Oh, that wasn't the
Yeah.
one. I guess.
The one he bought was one he went to school in.
Yeah. I just mistakenly
Yeah.
thought that they were the
Yeah.
same. Well, you know that the site where that schoolhouse was taken from, Kevin owned that for
Oh, he
the
did.
longest time. Yeah, that's where he lived,
Well,
up on top of the rock
he lived. I knew where he lived, but I
out there
didn't-
south of,
But that was
just by
straight
the
north
Kansas
of-
rocks.
straight north of that schoolhouse, about a mile and a half.
Okay, so that wasn't the schoolhouse then?
The schoolhouse. I don't know whether Kevin ever lived in the schoolhouse.
No,
or
no,
not.
no. The schoolhouse was gone when
No,
Kevin
that's
bought
right.
the place.
Yeah, I didn't know Kevin ever owned it unless he bought just the schoolhouse property.
Yeah, he just bought the property.
Oh, well, he lived up a mile and a half north of there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So there was another schoolhouse south of where Kevin
There
lived.
may have even been one up there where he lived.
Okay.
Because a mile and a half north, and back then, I don't know if you ever paid any attention on the countryside, but there was a schoolhouse about every 2 miles.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
So you could walk to school.
yeah.
Well, that makes
Every
sense.
2 miles,
That makes sense.
uphill and against the wind.
Absolutely. Both ways.
Yeah. I'd walk up the hill to school and walk up and down the hill to school both ways because you had to go up over the hill and down the other side.
Well, see, these are little things that are lost in translation.
That's right.
Oh, goodness. Well, now that you've got your chair and are nice and comfortable.
You better not leave now.
Oh.
Probably saying,
I know you're on a time frame. We just
Yeah.
appreciate you showing up.
No, I'm not on that much of a schedule. But the one thing that I work my schedule around when I am in Fort Scott is lunch at the new grill.
Oh, yeah. I saw that you had a good hamburger.
Yes.
yeah, that's getting about 20 minutes away.
Well, they're going now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure they are.
Oh yeah.
Get there early enough to
Yeah,
get a hamburger.
that's right. Get something good and go out to the
If you
park
ever-
and smoke a big cigar and go out and see Bob and Carol when I'm all stinky.
Life is good, isn't it,
Yeah.
honey? Life is
ever-
good.
That's right.
If you're ever in the area over around Deerfield there,
Yeah.
you need to eat there at the station there.
Okay.
Or
Station in
they-
Deerfield.
Yeah, there at
It's Emery's,
Emery's.
kind of like a truck stop.
Started out as a truck stop and then kind
Uh-huh.
of put a restaurant in
Uh-huh.
and boy, they have some good food. Good hamburger and fries.
Yeah.
A lot of people drive over there. Her friend was retired, her and her husband. They'd run over there about every morning to eat breakfast.
Emery's.
Mm-hmm.
So that's right on the
That's
Kansas-Missouri line, isn't it?
No, this one's on over in Deerfield.
Okay.
Right at the east edge of Deerfield.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll keep that in mind. So you think it compares favorably with the new grill?
Well, I do. I don't know about her.
No, you don't think so?
I think New Grill has the best burgers. Claudia and my friend Claudia and I sometimes, we'll go to different places.
Yeah.
Go to Pittsburgh, run in Nevada. And sometimes she'll say, let's head to Joplin. So we'll head to Joplin. But when we're in town, we look at each other and we just head to the New Grill. Lots of times.
Well,
They have
the way
good
they
burgers.
mash those onions into the hamburger when they put it on the grill,
Yeah.
and then when they cook it so that in Angela's
it. They walk
yeah
away.
yeah in Angela's family, she said when Mom cooked sausage, she always made sure it had a hat on it. Where you cook it long enough that it's
Yeah.
got that little burnt, that little carbon
Yeah.
Yeah.
thing, it's got that around the edges and everything, and then they'll flip her over and do the other side.
Yeah.
But then combine that with the Suzy cube.